Hello and welcome to this short video on anti-malarials and yeast. Previous videos have shown how yeast has and can be developed for use in many ways, more than bread, brewing or carbonating. This is a perfect example of how a GMO yeast strain can be put to good use. Links to those videos are in the top right. Malaria is a parasitic infection of red blood cells common to areas with high levels of rainfall and mosquitoes. It travels from an infected person to an uninfected person via blood, hence the association with mosquitoes, which are the primary vector. It causes significant reduction in the oxygen carrying capacity of an individual as the immune cells destroy the red blood cells. It also affects cardiac and respiratory function. Ultimately, it drastically reduces life expectancy, quality of life, and organ damage causing death. In 2010, there were 200 million known infections and 655,000 linked deaths. As it spread from host to host via mosquitoes, the best form of prevention is netting, bug repellents, and control of risk factors. Where infection still occurs, medication is used. Medication is used as a treatment for both simple and complicated malaria. The difference between these is the degree of infection and the species of infection. Complex malaria is caused by P. falciparams, as is simple malaria. The simple version can be treated with Artemisin, a reasonably standard and readily available medication in developed nations. Artemisin is used as a standard therapy in conjunction with other medications in 80 countries. But it is the core of treatment in most others. Using it in conjunction with other medication is called Artemisin combination therapy. This improves the efficacy of the medication overall and results in better treatment. In an area with low transmission, only one dose of medication may be needed. In areas with a high rate of infection or transmission, the dose schedule may increase significantly. This has an effect on price and availability. The problem with Artemisin is how it is made. It is partially synthesized from plants. Specifically, it is made from the Artemisa annua, or sweet wormwood. This is a traditional Chinese medicinal herb. As you can guess, production of this medication is limited to availability of the plant, the harvest each year, and the concentration of the precursor compound. This limits the supply and creates a minimum barrier to availability, cost, and production. Since it has to be semi-synthesized, it creates an opportunity for alternative production techniques. In the case of insulin, this was done in bacteria, and Artemisin is now being produced in yeast, using a similar production method. Using baker's yeast, a precursor molecule called artemisinic acid can be produced. Previous attempts could not produce commercially viable quantities, at roughly 1.6 grams a litre. This changed around 2013, where they were able to begin producing 25 grams a litre, or nearly 20 times the previous volume. This is done by transferring genes for a dehydrogenase and cytochrome into the yeast cell. This completes a biosynthetic pathway for production. It can be scaled for production of the precursor molecule, leading to a vast increase in the stability of the supply and the quantity of the supply. The problem here is the resistance to the new methodology and economics. This new development could have stabilized supply or replaced the need for raw cultivation. The problem there is that the key markets in which it would be used also grow a large part of the plant's supply. They are understandably reticent to buy their opposition's product. Couple this with the cost of production, and it is currently cheaper to buy the plant-derived product than the synthetic one. This owes largely to a gluttony of supply from the agricultural sector. As a result, it's led to an economic problem for the technology owners, Sanofi. This means that they are selling the facility and rights to another company, who may then be able to sell it to multiple parties, as they are not producing Artemisin itself. As a result, this technology may find new wind and new application. This is an example of GMO technology being used to save lives and better the world by reducing the cost of a core medical technology in a significant disease area. Thank you for watching this video. If it has been of interest, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please post any comments, questions, or suggestions you may have below.